the things that they want out of this program. Obviously, last year I was trying to prove myself, trying to make a name for myself. Now I'm just like really excited to spread that around, play team football. Really excited to get Nick the 117 tackles. So I told him if I'm playing defensive slides in front of people, I'm waiting for him to come get the tackle. So if you see me missing tackles on purpose, I'm trying to get him the Nick.
How have you seen Carson kind of progress?
He's a dog. Dude, Carson, he's one of those dudes where it's like football comes natural. Obviously, athletic, gifted, all that stuff comes with it. Go in the weight room, throw some weight around. And he's one of those dudes where it's like really good in the weight room, really good like 40 times and all that. But it actually like transitions on the field. And, it's cool to see him step into a new role. He's one of those guys where we can put him anywhere we want. I think he did a really good job of really gaining trust from Coach Wallace's coach, Coach Parker. Everybody's good in the practice facility, but when there's 70,000 out here, the same player can turn into a different guy. And I think Carson took a really big step in getting trust. And if I'm out there on the field and I see him next to me, I know he's ready. He'll be prepared for the situation.
You've seen from the offense throughout spring, new system, they're trying to trick your eyes. What's your kind of analysis with it?
It took me, practice 15? It took me 13 practices to really like understand the run fits. They just do so much. They kept it simple today, smart guys. There's probably somebody in here with a camera. I see what they did there. But there's so much going on. So many, as a linebacker, there's so many reads that I read, and he knows that, and he wants me reading it because there's a reason. So if the running back jabs right, he knows I'm looking at that, and then something's going left. Or if the guard pulls, he knows I'm gonna see that guard pull, and then they go the opposite way. And there's so many stuff where it's like I'm trained for my eyes to be there, and he knows that, and he basically displays with us all the time. It was really fun. It felt like a game week every time we came out to practice. Didn't know what these dudes were gonna run. And even if we did know what they were gonna run, we had to put some new stuff in our own defense. And that was first time in a long time we started installing new defenses in the spring to keep up with those guys.
It sounds like the run game in particular gave you guys problems.
Yeah, it definitely gave me problems. There's just so many fits, so many gaps. We like to play with a 7-man box, so we're gonna try to keep two high safeties at all time. And when those guys are dividing, those receivers are dividing. I mean, you got Luke Lachey, Estranga, you got tight ends who will lay a hit on you. It's not like they're coming to block you. Estranga's trying to take your head off, So there's just so many weapons. You got Weegan coming from Weegan gets the ball. He's heading to the outside. He's fast. You got Caleb. It was a stressful spring. It was a stressful spring.
But in the big picture, that's a good thing, right? For the overall team development. How much of an obligation did you feel to help that offense grow?
Yeah, it was. It's so cool to see those guys. Obviously, you got a veteran O-line coming back. And then, just with the offensive mindset they have now, there's so many weapons, so many people can get the ball, so many people can get the ball in certain ways, and it's a lot of situations where it's like we can't be right, and it's you just gotta rally and make the tackle, live for another down. Hopefully they don't keep running that same play.
Some explosive plays from T.J. Washington today. Is that something you've seen in practice a lot this spring?
Yeah, definitely. TJ's one of those backs where you kind of can put him anywhere. Obviously in between the tackles he can do it. Outside zone he can do it. Release him out the backfield, throw him the ball, he can do it. Line him up as slot receiver, he can do it. And that's kind of a defensive mindset where it's increase your value. He's one of those guys where, he just wants to be on the field. And that's like what we need. We need guys who doesn't matter what position he's at, as long as he's out there, he's happy to compete.
How do you stay disciplined knowing, the offense is going to try to trick your eyes and all that? Is it pretty easy just given the work you put in, or how do you kind of ride the wave of trying to stay in your own gap and everything?
My position coach is Coach Wallace, and our defensive coordinator is Phil Parker. So it's you give them a day after seeing the play. I don't even got to look for answers. They just come back and tell us everything.
So how's the Thursday night show on this?
The Stella's Fresh Mix every Thursday. Hop on Instagram Live. It's really fun. It's cool. It's cool that they gave me a platform where I can talk and use my voice. And I didn't think it was going to be a big deal, but it's people I run into actually are enjoying it. And it's one of those things where you can connect the players to the fans, and that's one of those things where I try to be as relatable to everybody. What we do is special, but we are special people. Coach got that from Coach Ferentz, and anytime we can engage with the community, engage with the fans, I feel like that's always a plus.
There's one time I really appreciated how you called out Luke because he was giving a media answer. And I'm like, okay, this is
Luke, what are you excited about? Oh, well, everybody's coming out playing good, and I'm just happy to be a part of this team. And I said, no, give me a real answer.
So does that help you get closer in popularity to your own man?
It's funny. It's funny. Anytime I'm out, I'm either holding the camera to take a picture of him or telling them, or people just come up and tell me they know my dad. I don't know if they know me yet. So.